last video, so you guys, what you did, you just ask from the user, okay, and I suppose there were two tables. The one table is the employee and another table is the test, but I already told you into that video, just this code is work well.
I try for that one also.
I know what exactly you are doing, you know, I understand your problem statement. So I always
New
what you do, what I suggest you, just try to make the n number of options over there. Okay, when the options are heavy, when the options are heavy, things become more easier and more, you know, clearly visible to everyone. Because whenever you are supposed to ask the n number of options, at that time you are create a dynamic query, and that dynamic query will automatically implement. For example, describe the table first. Whenever the user will see all the columns, okay, according to that ask what you want to do. Okay, according to that you are supposed to perform that query dynamically. First show the columns to the user, all the columns. Let's suppose the first name is table. Let's suppose I enter the table, that table is student, and after that immediately it describe query will be implemented. It will give you the column for the same. Okay, these are the columns over here. What you want to do next? Ask from a user for which column that you want to play. Okay, he said, okay, I want to play for this column. So dynamically create a query according to that column and pass that query and fetch the data according to that. So this would be the best option. That's why I show you the way how you can describe the table on the console screen. Okay, whenever you describe the column on the columns on the console screen, user get automatically intimated, okay, these are the column and I have to play with these columns, and according to that ask from the user how many columns, okay, what column that you exactly want on your screen. Ask the column from the user and put that inside the string query and implement that query. That's it. That would be the more easy way. Whenever you are going to ask n number of options, then your program will become very, you know, the very generic. Automatically it will become the generic. So try to ask the n number of options from the user. Okay.
Yeah, right.
So anyone having any question?
Right, sir.
Okay. So don't try to be learn each.
Sir.
Okay. Okay. Good. So don't try to learn each and everything. Why I am discussing all these things? Because it's my profession now. Okay, it's my profession now. I have to learn this much of things. If I want to survive long, definitely I have to learn the things. But you are not on that age. You are on the starting age. So my responsibility, that is my, you know, my advice to you guys, don't follow each and everything. Okay, I'll do it. Yes, sir said, okay, do it. That's not a concern. Okay, that's not a concern. But yes, if you want to, willing to do everything, that choice is different. But what I suggest, try to focus on your, you know, whatever you are doing right now. For this point of time, you are doing Python. Okay, just focus on the Python. Okay, think about it. Okay, what next after doing this Python? What next I can do? So move on to that direction rather than to move on to the another direction, because you are into the good flow. You've done lots of things. I show you the n number of things. Whenever you do the Google for the same everything for the core Python, you will automatically understand. Yes, we learn this kind of things. Okay, so you will never behave like this. Oh sir, we know this, we don't know this. Okay, so in the context of the core Python, I show you in depth. Everything is in depth. We done more than, I suppose, more than 170 or 175 plus programs till now. So this is more than enough to understand the core part of any programming language. Even we well played with the files, because people are get afraid to play with the files. Okay, without files, without database, it's very difficult to, you know, proceed with the programming languages, because whenever you sit in front of the interviewer, he will definitely going to ask you, okay, what is your basic project, because you are on the basic stage. Okay, until unless you won't disclose it, okay sir, we did a database connectivity, we did a file handling, so automatically things become clear. So I automatically, let's suppose I am the interviewer, I will automatically understand the things. Okay, the person play with the file, person play with the database. That means it won't face any problem into the future when I deport him into the, you know, when I promote him according for the project. So these kind of things are highly required into the industry. So I always try to focus on these things, and the logic what we have implement, all the logic that I show you into the real time scenarios as well. When you fetch the data from the MySQL, okay, when you fetch the data from the you know, the files as well. Okay, so try to cover all these things. Okay, and as a fresher level, you must have familiar with one programming language, that is the object oriented concepts. It doesn't matter you are familiar with C++, okay, you are familiar with Python, or you are familiar with Java, but yes, it is mandatory. Okay, as a if you are saying that I am the engineer, according to my experience, it is mandatory that you must have familiar with the object oriented concepts. It doesn't mean that you are expert into that, but yes, you must have the knowledge what are the these, what is this, what is that, and so on and so on. Because whenever you sit into the interview room, the question would be on this, you know, the object oriented program. I don't know what happened. Okay, am I audible to everyone?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know what happened. Eventually, it's you know, the logout. Okay, so guys, today is more than that. So try to focus on your whatever you are doing first, then move to the another one. Okay, because it's my you can say the responsibility to aware you guys what exactly inside the industry according to as per my knowledge. I am not saying I am very much expert into the all the things, but yes, according to my knowledge, and it is required for me if you want to survive into this field. Definitely I have to learn lots of things. Okay, so that's, don't worry about it, because it is my profession as well. If I won't learn the things, I won't survive long, because I have to survive long. Okay, so don't worry, just try to do step by step, everything will be covered. So don't worry about it. Okay, so we are moving now for the next topic. Okay, that is highly used for the artificial intelligence, for the, you know, for the image processing things. If you want to do the image processing, yes, it is highly required. So the topic name is OpenCV. Okay, OpenCV. Now, before understanding the concept of the OpenCV, I am just familiar you guys with some of the, you know, the terminologies which are, you might have heard about this. Okay, that is the computer vision. Okay, computer vision. So now what exactly the computer vision is? Okay, the computer vision.
I can't see the screen there, like on the board or anything.
Okay, so I think it is not shared. Okay, let me present myself. Sorry. Okay, now it's visible, I suppose, to everyone. Is it visible to everyone?
Yes.
Okay, good. So okay, then please mute you, everyone, please mute. So the OpenCV, highly used for the artificial intelligence, for the image processing. If you want to do if you want to play with the image, then the OpenCV come into the picture, definitely. So OpenCV is a basically open source. Okay, I will come back to this point later on. First, understand the concept of the computer vision. What exactly the computer vision is? The computer vision is a process by which we can understand the images, okay, and videos. We can understand the images and videos, okay, images and videos, how they store and how they can manipulate and how retrieve the, you know, the data from them. So this one is the concept of the computer vision. If you want to play with the images, how they exactly store, how you can retrieve the data from them, okay, how they are stored into the memory. So at that time you have to play with, you have to, you know, come about this terminology, that is the computer vision. Computer vision is the base mostly for the artificial intelligence problems. Okay, for the artificial intelligence. If I talk about the artificial intelligence, then the computer vision is the important at that context, basically. Okay, for later on I will come back to the advantages of what exactly the application, what exactly the areas where you can you know, take the help of this OpenCV. Now come back to this OpenCV. Okay, come back to this OpenCV. OpenCV is a open source, okay, open source library for computer vision. Okay, for computer vision. So you want to play with the images, you want to play with the you know, the videos. Okay, what exactly they are basically? They are basically the binary data. Okay, if you want to play it, you have to take the help of some kind of library. So here that library is called OpenCV. Okay, and it give you the n number of options. With the help of this OpenCV library, now you are supposed to play with the computer vision, where you can find out the information, you can change the pixel of the image, you can rotate, you can change according to your requirement. There are n number of operations which are associated with this OpenCV. Later on we will discuss into the great detail. So mostly, okay, OpenCV is a array structure. Our images are basically stored into the array. Okay, our images are basically stored into the array. So for handling the array, one of the best module, that is the NumPy. Okay, the NumPy is a module that is required whenever you are supposed to play with this OpenCV, because this OpenCV is always deal with the arrays. Okay, and arrays, how I can store the array inside Python? Inside Python with this numerical Python. Okay, that is the NumPy. So modules that you have to install, the OpenCV, Python OpenCV. Okay, the first module that you are supposed to install. Then you are supposed to install the NumPy. Okay, then you are supposed to install the OpenCV contrib. Okay, I will tell you how you can install all these tools. The same, exactly same as PyMySQL. Okay, PyMySQL, exactly same that you are supposed to install all these modules on your Python first. Then you are supposed to play with them. It is obvious. It is obvious. If that module is available, if that library is available, then you are supposed to play with that module or that library. So it is required, yes, it is required that you are supposed to install this OpenCV, you are supposed to install this NumPy, you are supposed to install this OpenContrib. Okay, if another is required, I will show you later on. So what are the basically application of the OpenCV? So OpenCV basically lots of application. It's a lots of application. I will discuss some of them. For example, the face recognition. You want to recognize the face of some person. Okay, at that time, the OpenCV play the important role. Okay, you want to count the number of people, how many people are enter into my shopping mall, how many the people enter into the particular area. You want to count out the number of people, just your requirement is this one. With the help of this OpenCV, you are supposed to perform it. Okay, vehicle counting. Okay, vehicle counting, how many vehicles are passed through for this, you know, from this road entire the day, and also you can calculate the speed of them. Yes, you can calculate the speed of them. What is the speed of this vehicle when it passed through from, let's suppose, from the school, or you can say from in front of the hospital. You can do such kind of application, but again you are supposed to take the help of this OpenCV. Okay, then video images search. Okay, video images search, if you want to play the search engine that is based on the images and the videos, at that time again you have to play with this OpenCV. Okay, object recognition. Object recognition mean that I am giving something to my machine, and machine is able to predict it. Okay, but this is the ball, or this is the, let's suppose, the car, or this is the bus. Okay, this is the animal, something like this. Okay, something like this. If you want to do such kind of things, that is the object detection, again you have to take the help of this, you know, for this OpenCV as well. Self-driving car, one of the most important. Okay, self-driving car, the Google is working on over here. Again, it take the help of the OpenCV, because everything is a frame, images, and images you have to find out the, you know, the data from that images, and according to that data you are supposed to generate your model. Okay, so self-driving car, you can say the TV advertisement. Okay, TV advertisement recognition. Okay, for which you know, which you can say the which product this advertisement is based, something like this, that you want to recognize. Okay, so for example, in your video that you want to recognize how many times this hero came into the frame. Okay, so let's suppose your requirement is this one. In entire video, let's suppose this video is for 2 minutes, or you can say the 2 hours. So you have to find it out how many times that person occur in the front of the screen. So you can count this kind of things as well. Okay, and again what we will do, basically we will make a face recognition system, and where we will pick the data from the MySQL. Okay, I will take the help of this MySQL, from where we will get the information about the data, whatever data that you stored, and when the face came in front of the webcam, automatically it will pick the data from the MySQL, and on your face it will show your name. Okay, you can show the name, or even you can show the roll number, or even you can show the, for example, your department, whatever that information you want to display on the live streaming data, we can do it. So this would be your project. Okay, and again this is interesting project, and the thing is that, but this is not a complete project. Again, the artificial intelligence play important role into these kind of things. So we will learn the basic things in great detail. We will see the usage of this, you know, this MySQL, and we will see the usage of this OpenCV. So I will combine these two things, and after that we will make a code who will detect the face, Okay, whenever your front cam will be activated, whenever you came inside your inside your webcam, it automatically detect the name of the person. What is the name of the person? From where it will pick the data? It will pick the data from the MySQL. So our purpose is to learn MySQL and OpenCV and making a final project, that is the face detection into the live stream. Okay, into the live stream. Live stream means that from the webcam. So this is the very basic introduction about the OpenCV, what exactly the computer vision, what exactly the OpenCV. OpenCV basically a open source, okay, open source, that is compatible with C, C++ or Python. So you can take any of the programming language. So it gives you the interface with the help. If you're comfortable with the C language, yes, you can write a code into the C with the processing the OpenCV functionality. C++ again. Okay, the Python again, but the Python gave you lots of the feature and your things become very easy when we concatenate this OpenCV with Python. Okay, so now there is one more terminology. That terminology is called image processing. Okay, image processing. These are the basic terminology when we play with the images. So image processing is a method to perform some operation on the images. Okay, let's suppose this one is the image and you want to perform some operation on this. Let's suppose you want to crop it. Okay, you want to convert it into the grayscale. Okay, you want to rotate it. Okay, or even you can say the you can improve the quality of this one. Okay, you can improve the quality of this one. One of the very best application, that is the AI camera. What exactly that AI camera? That AI camera recognize your age, and apart from that, it try to improve your color, skin color and the background as well. So that is the concept. Okay, that is the concept. You can improving the image ultimately. Okay, with the help of these techniques, AI techniques. Okay, again here the backend, definitely the some techniques, the OpenCV, or there are a number of things which are used involved for these kind of things. But yes, OpenCV play the important role whenever we talk about the computer vision, or we talk about the the image processing with the help of this Python, C and C++. Okay, so if I elaborate this the image processing concept into the one line, the image processing is analysis and manipulating of digitized image. Okay, so what it mean by the digitized image mean the digital images, for example 0 and 1 format data. Okay, so especially in order to, let's suppose if I'm saying the improve the quality of the image, that's it, improve the quality of the image. Why we do the cropping? To improve the quality of the image. Why we increase the contrast, increase the brightness? For this purpose, that is concept is called image processing. Okay, so I did a project. Okay, I did a project in 2015. That was my thesis. Okay, that was my thesis. At that time I did it with the MATLAB, because at that time the Python and OpenCV are not not into the picture, and they were not very much famous. So I did the image processing the thesis into the MATLAB in my MTech. Okay, in my MTech I did a project, I did a thesis for the same. Where exactly that is, I have to find out the image. Okay, not for the image, I have to find out a video, and I have to what exactly the role of this my thesis was. In video, that you have to find out whether you did something, okay, you can say this, did something editing onto this or not. That is my responsibility. Okay, that is my basically the work which exactly I have to submit at the time of the final the submission. In the images, what exactly the images? The continuous frames. Okay, the continuous frames, the continuous images, and I have to find it out whether these are the the edited by any software or not. For example, there is accident is happen. Okay, accident is happen, and CCTV camera recorded all the video, and the faulty was this the car driver, but what he did, he gave the money to someone and changed the entire the entire picture, changed the entire video. Okay, and submitted that video in front of the judicial system, and you can imagine the scenario, what exactly the scenario is. That my responsibility is that I have to find it out whether there is the I forgot the exact terminology which I used at that time, because 5 years back, not 5 years back, even it's done into the 2013. I started my work in 2013 and completed in 2015. So the forgery, okay, I have to find out the forgery inside that image, whether the images are editable, whether this video is editable or not. If this is the editable, that's mean you have did the forgery with this kind of things. Then immediately message on the screen, yes, there is such amount of percentage that the person did the forgery with this particular images, particular video basically. So this was my thesis at that time. I did this thesis, and at that time I did everything with the MATLAB, because earlier the MATLAB was very famous for the image processing kind of things. Nowadays the Python and the OpenCV play the important role. If you talk about the image processing project, or you know, the deep learning kind of things with the play with the images, so at that time the OpenCV and you know, the Python play the important role. So our task is to learn the OpenCV, because it is implemented with the help of the core Python very easily, and we will move to this this OpenCV, and after that we will connecting with the MySQL and try to find out the complete project that would be detect your face, and the name of the faces are coming from your MySQL. Okay, so this was the entire solution that we are gonna to be do. So first we will play the little bit with this OpenCV.
Can I ask you one question, sir, before
Yeah.
we go further?
Yeah, please.
You have actually mentioned on the last page there's an array. What is that? An array.
Sir, every image, if you want to define the every image, please mute. If you want to define every image, that an image is basically the collection of the array. Okay, collection of rows and columns, basically collection of rows and column. If I talk about the any image, let's suppose the 500 into the 300. So what does that mean? This one is the rows and this one is the column. If I represent this data into the mathematical order, so every image, as you can understand it, 503, 5 into 300. What is the meaning of this? This image belongs to the, you know, these one is the rows and these one are the column. Okay, and when I multiply this, so how many pixels are there? 15 lakh pixels are there. Okay, 5 into 3, 1,50,000 pixels are there. Okay, so basically
It's basically a calculation of two
yes,
rows and columns.
yes, image is always defined mathematically rows and columns, and the term rows and column came into the picture, automatically the NumPy play the important role, because your things become very easy. Okay, we will learn this concept into the advanced Python in great detail, but for this point of time I am not elaborating the each and everything for this NumPy, but yes, whatever the required I will explain that thing. Okay, but yes, we will learn this into the advanced Python in great detail, and I will implement one use case with the help of this numerical Python. So don't worry about it. For this point of time, just understand the concept. Okay, if you want to play with the OpenCV mean that you are want to play the images. The images mean the mathematical representation of the images, that is the rows and column. If you want to play the rows and column into the Python, the best approach is that's in numerical Python. Okay, your operation become very optimized and very fastly, otherwise very difficult. Now if I give you the assignment, okay, write a code for the 500 into the 300 pixel, not 4 pixel, I am just giving you, okay, there is a matrix which contain the data 500 rows and the 300 columns. So now you can imagine very difficult to manage, but the same thing is managed with the one line of code. Okay, this is a very small image. Let's suppose the image size is this one. Okay, image size is this one. Your system might be gonna hang. Okay, because these are the optimized technique. Automatically the things will happen within seconds. Okay, so this is very basic introduction about the OpenCV. Okay, OpenCV, and now we will just start the playing with it, how we can play with it. I already told you these are the mandatory your mandatory packages that are required prior to play with it. So you know how you can install the packages. If you have any doubt, just simply please write inside the Google install OpenCV for Python. Okay, so very simple. Okay, so here this one is the OpenCV. One thing that you can copy from here. Okay, pip install, the same thing, pip install the OpenCV. Okay, pip install the OpenCV. So I am installing it. I think it's installed into my system, so that's why it automatically says the requirement satisfied, but I hope it not install the updated version. Okay, because here the version is the oldest version. Okay, so this is the way.
One more question I have.
Yeah, please.
While it's downloading, right? Can I ask something?
Yeah, please.
I know it's out of the topic anyway. What is the difference between NumPy and Pandas?
Sir, we will, no, different, both are different. We will discuss into the great detail what exactly the difference between NumPy and Panda. Automatically you will understand it. So with this,
These are different thing anyway, isn't it?
yeah, these are the these are the two different things. So don't worry about it. So we will discuss in the great detail. We will, by the way, we are going to solve the n number of things and number of the method. I will try to cover all the method which are available into the NumPy or inside the Pandas as well. So we will majorly focus on the Panda because Pandas play a very important role in the concept of the data analytics. Now you can check it out. The requirement already satisfied. OpenCV is already installed. If it is not installed, it automatically collecting the packages. And we know the process of the installation, but I already discussed into the last video how you can install the P by MySQL. The same the concept is same. So I think we don't need to discuss more about this thing. And again, there is one more package, and that package is called pip install. Okay, pip install numpy. Okay, numpy. So here again the numpy is automatically installed. The full form of this one is the numerical Python. As you can see, the requirement already satisfied into the system. So this one is the another package, and there is one more package, and I suppose the name of that package is the OpenCV contrib, something like this. The name of the package is this. Okay, so for example, let me try this whether the package is there or not. Pip install. Okay, the package name is OpenCV contrib, CONTRIB, I think hyphen Python. Okay, so I think this one is the name of the Python. I am not sure about it, but I will 100%, 95% chances are there this one is the package. So let me try this. If it say the requirements that yes, this one is a package. Okay, so these three packages that are required prior to play with the OpenCV, because this package is because we have to play with the videos, and this package play the important role in the context of the videos. So again, you can say the extension of the OpenCV. Okay, contrib Python. So don't worry about it. So these three packages are highly required when you are supposed to play with the OpenCV, all kind of things. Okay, so you know very well what is the pip and how you can resolve the pip. If you are having problem, if you are having trouble, then go back to my video. I hope everyone install P by MySQL. If you install the P by MySQL, then automatically the pip is recognized, and automatically this would be installed. So don't worry, this one is not very heavy modules. It will approximately take 2 or 3 minutes to set up all these things into your system. So thank you is for that's it, and thank you for this one. Okay, now we are moving to the next one. Okay, into the next one. Now I will show you the little operation. Okay, little small operation. With the help of that small operation, we will learn how exactly the OpenCV work. So first, already know you have to install you have to import the OpenCV. Again the same, the open, no need to write over here the OpenCV. You are simply just write the import CV2. Okay, CV2, the second version. Okay, so it's came into the picture. Okay, it's came into the picture. So the next is now the CV2 is imported. That's mean now I am supposed to use all the OpenCV, you know, the function, the method which are available into that library. I am supposed to use it. We know it, what is the meaning of this import, and we know what are the various possibilities to import this OpenCV. If you have any doubt, then go back to the function video and the module video. Okay, so now that you want to, you know, play with the images. So this point of time, okay, this numpy is not required. Okay, where it is required, when it will come to the picture, I will explain you. So OpenCV. Okay, so now the first thing is that now I am gonna to read. Okay, I am gonna to read image. Okay, I'm gonna to read image. So it's a variable. Okay, it's a variable, the image. Okay, image is a variable. You can take any name, as we know it. It's a variable and you are supposed to take any name. So here is a method I am. Okay, I am read. Okay, so this one is a method, the I am read. Okay, so from where that you want to read. Okay, from the where you want to read. So let's suppose there is one image that I am gonna to read it. So let me select it. So for example, just take this image. Okay, we will play with this. System again very slow. Okay, so this is my as well the profile pic for the, so path, where is the path of this? So I'm copying it. Okay, I'm copying it, and this one is the 2.png file. Okay, so I'm copying it which image that I want to read. Okay, I am a read, which image that I am going to read, that I have to pass the path over here, control V, okay, /2.png. Okay, so I already told you, whenever you are fetching the data from some particular directory, always try to give the two double slashes, otherwise it will treat it as a /n. Okay, now it's treating as a Nitin. Okay, so let's try it whether it's work or not. Okay, so image has been read out. Okay, image has been read out. If I press over here image, so you can check it out. Okay, you can check it out. So this is the image. Okay, this is the image. Now this image is entirely read into the form of the array. Okay, these are the pixel values, row and columns. So here the rows and columns. Okay, so you can check it out. The entire information that is into the array, that is the numerical array. So automatically, if the numpy is there, then okay, so let me tell you one thing. If the numpy is not there, first what you have to do, you have to install this numpy. Okay, otherwise it will automatically start installing the numpy. Choice is again here. If you directly start with the pip install OpenCV, it will automatically fetch the numpy, or might be it will automatically install the pandas as well. Okay, if you want to do this thing, then go with this. Otherwise, simply first install this numpy. Okay, then install this OpenCV, because these are the requirement for this OpenCV. Because as you can see, the entire information is read out into the form of the arrays. Okay, into the form of the arrays. Now you can check it out. This is the array value, because images are always between 0 to 256. Okay, 0 to 256 pixel depth. So every pixel represent a color. Okay, every pixel this represent a color. Okay, because 0 to 256, keep this point into the mind. If I talk about the color images, RGB. Okay, combination of these colors, red, green, blue. Okay, these are the combination. If I talk about the colored image, the color image is basically RGB, red, green and blue. If I talk about the grayscale images, that is only between the value again 0 to 256, but this time this value represent, I suppose, the black. Okay, and the I suppose black or white, I am confused for this. Just understand the concept. This 0 pixel will represent in the grayscale, that is the value might be the black or might be the white. Okay, so I will confirm it, don't worry about it. And this 1 pixel is, if it is the black, then it is the white. Okay, the entire, sorry, yeah, perfect, good. So 0 pe we can consider it's a black. Okay, it's a white. So all the colors between this range. Okay, in the case of the grayscale, but in the case of the RGB, so here again 0 to 256, all the color will between into this scale 0 to 256. Okay, so entire information, whenever you read the images with the help of this method, that is the IAMRead. When you use this method, okay, when you use this method, entire data is read into the form of the rows and columns. And how we can represent the rows and columns? With the help of the array. Okay, with the help of the array, that is the 2D array or might be the 3D array. If I talk about the RGB, that's mean the 3D array. If I talk about the grayscale images, that's mean the 2D array, rows and column. Okay, so this one is the way. So now you get the familiarity. What exactly this IAMRead, because the entire data is read into the form of the array, because every pixel represents some kind of information, and that information, the mathematical information. And without array, okay, there is no possibility to describe the images into the mathematical way. So keep this point into the mind. Okay, so okay, let me show you some more things with this. So I read the image with the help of IAMRead method. Okay, IAMRead is a method, with the help of that you read this data. Okay, so this one is the data type, you int 8. Okay, so the next is, let's suppose I want to check out the pixel width of a pixel. Okay, so here the shape, I suppose IMGE dot shape. Okay, SHAPE, yes, the shape. Okay, now this describe the rows and columns. Okay, rows and columns, and this one is the channel. Okay, that's mean it's a colored image. Okay, it's a colored image. So colored image mean there is RGB. Okay, 3D array. What is the range of that array? 430 into 620. Okay, 430 into 620. Okay, 430 into 620. So 430 into 620. So this one is the representation. Okay, the rows and columns. The 3D array means there are three basically, if you consider it, there are three array, 3D array, three arrays. The one represent the rows, another red, another represent the green, other represent the blue, RGB, red, green, blue. Okay, and here the information you can imagine it, the information is 430 rows and 620 columns. Okay, here same 430 rows, 620 columns. Here again 430 rows, 620 columns. Okay, so this one is the representation of the colored image. So it represent the rows, it represent the column, and it represent the channels. The channels mean it's a 3 channel. That's mean the red, green, and blue, because all the pixel value that is described with these 3 RGB, because this one is the base. You can consider it if you don't know. So RGB is a base. Every image is between into this, and here every image value, every pixel value is between 2 to 256 between. Okay, between mean up to. So it's mean the value would be for every pixel. Okay, the 43 into 620, multiply it, whatever the value is coming over there. So every pixel value is between 256. Okay, 0 to 256. That doesn't matter what exactly the value. If you check it out here, the 252, 252. Okay, 252, 252. Here you can check it out. 199, 187, 186. Okay, as you know, it's represent the white. Okay, it's represent the white. If there is some black area, then it represent the 0. So here this one, that's mean it's the black, it's a white area. Okay, it's a white area, it's a white area. You can check out inside the image, there would be some area which is represent the white area. Okay, now you can check, you can check, this one is a white area. Okay, again this one is the colored area. Okay, again this one pixel has a different value, this face pixel has a different value. Okay, this mobile pixel, black pixel. Okay, there some, definitely there would be some value that is the 0, and here the gray value. Okay, what exactly the value I don't know. Here the color would be different. So you can imagine it, understand this concept. Okay, so everything, if you want to represent into this particular format, then again the method is called shape, where you define the first is the always row and the second is always columns, row, columns, and this one is the channel. Channel means the number of depth, basically RGB. 3 means red, green, and blue. Okay, so the next is, I think the picture is clear for everyone. Okay, so now,
Yes, sir.
okay, so now,
Hey, one question.
yeah, please sir.
You said like there's a black in the picture. So where does it say on the picture where's black? How would you know?
So this one area is a black, sir. This one,
I know. But
If-
how can you see that in that format?
sir, here the complete format is in front of you. You can check it out. This is the entire information. You can check it out. This is not a complete one. A very big data. Okay, very big data. So here you can read it out, each and every pixel, if you interested for the same, and you know the size of this one is this one, and I already told you multiply by this into this, multiply by this would be the one array, and another array, and another. You can check it all these pixel if you have time. If you talk about 500 into the 300, okay, there are programmatical way as well, but if you want to describe it, okay, 500 into 3, that's mean 1,50,000 pixel. If it is 3 channels, so this belongs to the R value 1,50,000, this belongs to the green value again 1,50,000, this belongs to the RGB, okay, blue value. So again here 1,50,000. So total 1,50,000 multiplied by 3. Okay, so 4,50,000 pixels are there. If you are free enough, you can read it out all the data, but there is possibility with the help of the some kind of logics that you have to design. Okay, if the value is this one, then represent this area. The things are again totally, that is the logic part. Now you know it, you understand the basic concept. Okay, this is the matrix, this is the matrix, as we already discussed the matrices in the case of the list. So this one is a matrix. Now idea is little bit clear, and this one is the 3D matrix. Okay, 3D matrix. So there we already discussed the 3 by the 3 rows and 3 by 3 matrix. We understand it 3 by 2 matrix, but this time the size is increased. The size is 500 rows and 300 columns. At that time we just handle a matrix with the help of the matrix multiplication. In the case of the list, 3 rows and 3 rows and 2 columns, and somewhere the matrix is 5 rows and 3 columns, something like this. Okay, So entire the things are same, the mathematical conceptions are same. You cannot argue with the mathematical conception. The concepts are exactly same. But yes, here the data is a huge amount of data. You are not supposed to play now. If here, as you can see here, for the matrix multiplication you use 3 loops. Okay, here there you use 3 loops. Now the same thing you want to perform over here, might be it can take with the help of the core Python. I don't want to use this numerical Python. So at that time, might be you have to suppose, you have to take care about the 10 loops, or might be there would be the 20 loops that you are supposed by your own. But the same thing can easily done with this numerical Python. I don't bother about this much amount of the loops. I just import this array, okay, this numpy, because this is the numpy array. This is a representation of the numpy array. With the help of numpy array, you are supposed to perform it. Okay, let me show you one thing that the picture would be more clear. So earlier, I am leaving this point over here. Earlier we made a code for the matrix multiplication. At that time, how long the code was there. You implemented the 3-4 loops, and after that you represent the result on the screen into the form of the matrix multiplication. So same thing I am gonna to do with the help of this numerical Python. Then the picture would be more clear. Import numpy. Okay, numpy as np. I am giving the nickname, as we know what is the role of this as. Please don't ask question for this np. Okay, so np.array. Okay, np.array. It's a function. It's a method that is available into the numpy. Okay, and this one is my list. This one is my list. That is, I am taking the 2D array only. Okay, so here let's suppose 1020. Okay, one is 1020, another is again 1020. Okay, so this one is the array. Okay, this one is the array, numpy array. Now automatically you can understand the data is converted into the rows and column. So this one is the matrix 1. Okay, I am taking a matrix 2. Okay, and now I am taking a matrix 2. Okay, so this one is M2. Okay, again the same. So I want to do the matrix multiplication. Now back to that list section. I think the video number 12 or 13. So there we discuss about the the matrix multiplication. With the help of the matrix if you want to do the matrix multiplication, you are supposed to take the help of the 3 loops. But the same thing can be implemented. Same thing can be implemented with the 1 line of code. Now you can understand the beauty of these high end packages. So M1 dot, okay, with the help of this dot method, I am performing this M2. That's it. Now this is the matrix multiplication happens. Okay, the matrix multiplication happen only with the help of this 1 line. Now you can understand what is the role of these kind of things. So M1 dot is a method which is available for the matrix multiplication. To whom you want to multiplication? You want to multiply with M1 with M2, and this one is the method. Here the entire code is written. Okay, that we discuss into that list. Entire code is written. Okay, but you don't bother about this code. You are supposed to use this kind of things. I already told you things become very easy with the help of this numpy and pandas. Now I use why I am showing that kind of code when we do the core Python. Now understand this concept. Now you implementing this dot, and I am saying you matrix multiplication. Automatically your diversion, your mind is automatically understand the concept. Yes sir, we use there the 3 loops for the matrix multiplication, and we face the lots of problems and to understand that loop. Okay, now you know the functionality of this one, what exactly they are running behind this dot method. So that's why I always try to show the lengthy code as well, and after that I moving to the advanced one. Now it become very easy for you guys, because you know the matrix multiplication mathematically, you know the matrix multiplication, how you can handle with the 3 loops. Now you see today how you can do the same thing with 1 line of code. That's it. This is the beauty. Again, when we use the pandas, here we write a n number of line to read the data and represent the data into the rows and column. But with the help of with this pandas, there is only 1 line, that is the pd.open_csv. That's it. And you are supposed to pass that file. Automatically your data will become in the form of the rows and column. That's it. Okay, so that's why I always show the lengthy code, then I show the intermediate code, then I move to the small codes. Automatically when you do these kind of things, automatically your basics are clear. That is my motto. Okay, so you don't ask me the question for this of time, sir, what is matrix multiplication, sir, what is the for loop? You are saying 3 for loops. You didn't ask me, na, because you implemented these things. So okay, so understand this point. Sorry. Okay, so back to the main point, what exactly that we are discussing. Now the picture is clear, sir. What is this array? Okay, the mathematical representation of the images, you have to take the help of the array, and with the help of this shape, now it's giving you, okay, these 430 rows and 620 columns are there. Okay, so images as you show. Okay, so you want to show the image. Now let's suppose you want to display this array into the exact format, this format that you want to display this format. What exactly the data into this? Understand my point? Earlier, understand this. Earlier we read file. Okay, we read this image. Let's suppose this one is the image. You read it image into the array. Okay, now it is converted into the array, 3D array, because this is three-dimensional image. Okay, this is converted into the 3D array. Now if you want to display this 3D array into exact this format, okay, I got a data. Let's suppose I got a data into this format. Now you want to display data into this format, again into this format, actual information, what exactly the pixel values are there. Okay, I understand mathematically. Now I want to check it out, what exactly the R value, what exactly the G value. Okay, what exactly that pixel. Okay, what exactly that pixel is. So for there, the same thing. Now you have a data into the image. Okay, you have a data into the image. Now you want to show it, the cv2.imShow. Okay, imShow is the method. So now I am giving a name. So I am giving its name Nitin Pick. Okay, Nitin Pick. The title, this is just a title. Okay, here the title is you can see the 2. Okay, that because the name is 2. Now I am giving my own name, and which thing that you want to represent. Okay, which image that you want to represent. I want to represent this array. Basically this image contain the array, and I am passing it into this imShow function. Okay, the parameter, as a parameter, that is the positional parameter, and I am displaying it. Now you can check. Okay, the information came into the picture. Whatever the array inside that, the information came into the picture, and you can check it out. This one is the title, that is the Nitin Pick. I think the picture is clear. What we did, we read a image. Okay, when we read a image, the data is came in the form of the numerical Python, the arrays, and after that we display this image. Okay, we display this image, what exactly the pixel color is there, that we display on the screen. So you can imagine this one is the final output. Okay, with the help of this imShow, the earlier was imRead. Two functions are there. Now you are familiar with two functions. When you want to read the data from the files, then you are supposed to perform, okay, you are supposed to use imRead. Okay, after reading, let's suppose you do the modification over here. You did some modification over, for example, you change the background. Okay, you change the background. Okay, you change the background. Just imagine it. You change the background over the entire image. So now this pixel value has been changed. Now you want to show it out. Now you final value, you want to show it out. What exactly the final value is. Now you go to the clarity. You go to the what exactly I want to say. I think the picture is clear now. If you want to do the modification, because whenever you want to do the modification, you are not supposed to do that directly. Okay, if the software give you the permission to do the directly, ultimately they are playing with the arrays. If you talk about the Paint as well, if you talk about the Photoshop as well, so the backend entire the mathematical is this one, but they provide you the GUI. Okay, they provide you the GUI. Now you guys will understand the concept of the GUI. Sir, why GUIs are there? Because GUI is very easy to implement. Okay, if let's suppose you are using Paint and I am giving you some mathematically complex formulas. Okay, if you want to play with this Paint, you have to keep remember these all formulas for cutting the video, for editing the video, for changing the color of the video, to insert some object on that video. You will never perform it. But I give you a very nice interface. I give you very nice GUI. With the help of that GUI, you are supposed to do the modification on that image, and everything is happen very smoothly. But on the backend scenario, again the mathematical is playing the important role. Everything is this one, and you are playing with these values. Okay, you are playing with these values whenever you do any modification with the images. So keep this point into the mind. Now the picture is very much clear. Why we read the data? Because I didn't do any kind of modification. Later I will show you some kind of modification, and after do the modification I will display the picture on the screen. Okay, so I think now the picture is very much clear for everyone. So now if I talk about now this one is this one. Okay, the images. into the rows and column. Okay, into the rows and column. If I talk about the backend scenario, everything is into the rows and column, and here the pixel are there. So every pixel contain a different value, and that different value visible on the screen with the help of this color. Here the values are different, here the values are different, here the values are different, here the values are different. Okay, here the values are different, here the values are different, and so on. Okay, so I think now the basic terminology is clear. What is the images, what is the pixel. Okay, for elaborating a pixel, I just quick refresh for the pixel. Every image contains set of pixel, as we already know. Okay, pixel are row building blocks. Okay, and basically these are the row building blocks. So basically two types of pictures are there. I already told you, the grayscale and the color. Okay, the grayscale and the color. If I talk about the grayscale images, the value is always between 0 to 256, between. Okay, not including this 256. Always every pixel value, because that is the grayscale. Every pixel value contain between 0 to 256, and 0 contain the black information, and this contain the white information. Okay, 255 basically. 255 is a white, and 0 is a black. Keep this point into the mind. And when I talk about the grayscale image, at that time I am talking about the 2D images, and that value is always from 0 to 255. When I talk about the color images, so there I already show you there are three arrays basically. The one is red, green, and blue. Okay, every pixel has a value from 0 to 256. Because now what value? Okay, the what value? Because there are million of colors. Okay, infinite colors. So here it's mean, if I talk about this array, okay, if I talk about this red array, so it's mean the red pixel which is from 0 to 256, between 0 to 256. That's mean the lowest value can be 0 and the upper value can be 255. And that density, basically that concept is called density, the density of the pixel between 0 to 255. Okay, here in the case of the green, again the value is between 0 to 256, the density of that pixel. Now I am not able to explain you this concept. Now if I explain this concept into the the Hindi terminology, so what we did, we the scale in and scale out that pixel. Just imagine it, you have a green color. Okay, you have a green color, and sometime you make it little dull. Okay, and sometime you make it more bright. So automatically the resolution and the pixel, not a resolution, the density of pixel is changing, and after mixing of all these, that the color is generating. Now I think you guys clear. After mixing of these, the color is, the basic colors are these are. Okay, color images is combination only for these colors, but these colors had the, after combining these three things, there are million of colors, infinite colors. Okay, infinite color, endless colors. Every color value, if I talk about, if I segregate all these things, here one picture is for R, one picture is for G, one picture or for B. If you, I think if you saw the softwares, there they give you the option, okay, RGB. Okay, they give you the option RGB. Okay, they give you the option RGB. Change the density of R, change the density of G, change the density of B. Now the picture will totally different. The reddish color is the more into that picture. When you change the density of the green color, the green color is highlighted more into that picture. Now I think you understand, somewhere you use this kind of things, that is the RGB density. So entire thing, okay, the entire thing I explained it into the great detail. If you want to learn more, please do the Google for the same, whatever information I have about these pixels. Okay, because this is the endless topic and very big topic. If I start discussing over here, there are a number of things are there: hue, saturation, okay, lots of things, Fourier transformation. I am not gonna go into that direction. Just understand for this point of time, every image is combination of rows and column, and rows and column mean every image contains some kind of pixel, and the value of the pixel is vary from the 0 to 56. Okay, that's mean up to 56, not 56 is included over here. And if I talk about the color images, the RGB is there. If I talk about the gray images, the black and white pictures are there. Okay, so that's it. That is enough for the discussion about the pixel and the images. So for example, if the channel, let me show you some more things. If I describe the channel, okay, if I describe the channel, let's suppose the 3 channel is there. So that's mean the tuple is 3 tuples there. So one is the red and green, and then is the blue. Okay, that these 3 tuple is there. So let's suppose you want to, I will show you some things. If you want to represent a black, everything should be into the black. Okay, so what you will do? what you will do? You will set all the values to the 0. Okay, all the values to the 0. So you will set all the values to the 0 into this tuple, and now it will become the entire black image. Okay, it become the entire black image. Everything will be black. For white, okay, for white, let's suppose you want to represent white. If it is then 255, 255 and 255. Okay, so everything, every pixel is white. So this entire area will become white. Okay, entire area will become white. Similar, if you want to represent red, so that's mean you need red color highlighted. So 255 entire will become 0. So entire value is 0, everything converted into the red. Okay, for example, you want to convert into the greenish. Okay, so same, green value become 255, everything becomes 0. So the density of this one is increased. Okay, so the same, any another color, if you want to only blue, then blue, how I can represent a blue into the pixel? 0 0 255, something like this. Okay, make a combination. Let's suppose here 192, here 260, no 260 is not allowed, 180. Okay, 180, and here I define, let's suppose 22. Okay, 22. I don't know what color is this one. I don't know what color is this one. Okay, I don't know what color is this one. So same thing over here. If you want to play with the colors, so this is the tuple that you are supposed to change it, because we will use it when we will draw a, you know, draw a rectangle over here. Okay, a rectangle, or might be the circle over here. At that time you are supposed to tell what should be the color of this one. Okay, what should be color of this one? Basically what we will do, first we will find out the face. Okay, find out the face into the image, and after that we will try to draw a, you know, a rectangle or might be a circle into this image. Or second thing, another example, we will find out the face. Okay, we will find out the face from the webcam, and when you come in front of the webcam, automatically a rectangle is generated in front, where your face is. Okay, so whenever you move, automatically this rectangle is automatically move according to your face. Okay, so these two tasks first we will do. After that we will do a face recognition, and at that time we will fetch the data from the files as well, your database as well. Okay, so now observe this scenario and moving to the next. So I think now the little picture is clear about the images concept, how exactly you can read, how exactly that you know, you can read and IM read and IM show method. These are the two basic methods. With the help of these two methods you are supposed to play. Okay, so let me show you some more things with this. So this time what I am doing, I show you the original image. This one is my not original, the pixel, but I read and I display as it is on the screen. Okay, so I am closing it. Now this window is closed. So the next is now let's play with this. I am setting a tuple B. Okay, the BGR. Okay, BGR, blue, green, red, or you can say RGB, whatever. And what I am doing, image, I am capturing this pixel. Okay, 0 and 0, 0 comma 0, 0 row, 0 column. Okay, the 0 0, the position this one. Okay, this one. Now if it is a image, so what I capture, I capture this area, that is the 0 0. Okay, 0 row, basically 0 row, 0 column. Okay, 0 row and 0 column. Just imagine it, I capture this area. Okay, so I capture this area. Now what next I have to do? Captured it. Okay, so let me try to print the information for the same. Okay, so I captured it. Let me print this B. Okay, and this G. Okay, and this R. Okay, now you can check it out. I captured from an image the 0 row and 0 column. Okay, 0 row and 0 column. Here the color is this one, the combination is this one, 251. Okay, and 252, it's a RGB. Okay, RGB, R should be here and B should be here. So 251, 252 and 245. So this one is the, you know, this one is the pixel value over here. This one is the pixel value over here. This one is the mathematical value basically. Okay, so I captured it. This one is the red value, this one is the RG green value, and this one is the blue value for this pixel only. Okay, so this point of time I am slicing the image. Okay, I am slicing a image. Slicing mean I am cutting out one portion from that entire image. For this one is a image, let's suppose I am cutting some roughly area. Okay, for example this area. Okay, just I am cutting this area from the hair. Okay, just imagine it, how it is possible. Very simple. Okay, very simple. So here I am, okay, so using the same, let me try for this. I am show. Okay, I am show. So this time image slicing. Okay, the concept is same, exactly same. 0 rows. So here 0 rows. Okay, I'll tell you what exactly this is, and 0 colon 0. Okay, now what exactly the mean of this? Let me try first, and then now you can check it out. I cropped only this area in the entire image. I cropped only this area. What I did, so in the case of the NumPy, okay, so it's a 2D array. Basically this one represent, okay, this one represent rows and this one represent columns. So what I did, I say from 0 to 100 rows. Okay, if the data is this one, let's suppose from the 0 and here the 500. Okay, the data is this one, and the column is, let's suppose 5000 columns are there, or you can say the 300 columns are there, not 5000, 300 columns are there. So what I did, 100 rows, okay, and 100 columns. I pick it out this area. So this first one is represent the rows, this first one is represent the columns, and I captured out this area from the entire image and I display it. Okay, I display it with the help of IMShow method. Now you can understand it. We read the entire image. From that image we just set out the number of the pixel what you required. So let me do one more time, and then you will get the more clarity as well. So this time I'm reading from 100 pixel to, okay, from row 100, okay, row 100, and the pixel up to, let's suppose 250. Okay, and the columns, all column that I am reading. Now you can check. So it didn't show. Why it didn't show? Okay, so because I think we give the 150 over here. Okay, and here again 100, and again here 150. Okay, now I think it will display you something. No, it's again didn't display something. Why it's not showing right now? Okay, I think we sliced the entire image. So again you have to read the image because we cut down the image. Okay, and let me read the entire image first, then again perform the same scenario. Should it work or not? It should work. No, I don't know what happened. Let me read the entire image for the same and try for this one. What happened to him? I don't know what happened. Earlier it worked very fine. So one more time. Yes, because this one. Yes, it's working and not showing. Okay, so you can check. Okay, you can check it's working because we didn't close the last window. Okay, so same thing. Now I'm changing the little size over here. Okay, so let me try with the previous sizes as well. So let's suppose this one is the size. Okay, now you can check. I just cut out this area from the entire image. Okay, so to 150. Now you can check the size is decreases. Okay, let me try one more. So this time I'm reading from the 20 of row and up to how many rows, and let's suppose the 300 rows, and column this one, the same column. Now you can check. The 20th row, the counting start for 20 and up to 300 rows, and the column 100 to 150. Okay, 100 to 150, somewhere around from this area, somewhere around for this. If I increase, now you can check it out, my hair will be visible for the same. Okay, I am increasing the columns over here. So here let's suppose increase some column 350. Okay, now you can check. It cut down this area. okay, from the entire image. It cut down the half of my face. Okay, so this is the way. Now I think the picture is clearing step by step. Yeah, please.
The way to find out like how many rows and columns are in the picture.
Yeah, we already,
How do we know like how?
sir, we already understand this concept now with the help of shape.
I am shape one.
Yeah, shape.
Okay.
I am shape.
Okay.
Im dot shape. Now you can check it out. There are 3 rows and 620 columns. Okay, if I do the same, now you can get it. You can check it out. The entire image will be appear on the screen. So okay, so here now the entire image will be appear on the screen. Very easy to understand and very interesting. Okay, now you can check it
And
out.
one more thing, sir. One silly question I have, right?
Yeah, please.
You know the way you're saying is 0 to 256 all the time. So 0 is black and
No,
255 is
yes. Keep this point into the mind always.
as per my understanding, you're saying is if it's 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or the number goes on,
Yeah.
it depends the color.
Yeah, it's dependent.
Different on that.
Yes, the number, if the number is changed, that's mean the density of the color is changed. Here a 187, that's
We
mean
And we don't know at this minute like what color is 187 or what color is 172. We don't know.
no, we don't know it. We don't know it because there are million of colors now. Okay, so now what I am doing, understand it. I am making a green color, okay, and we know how we can generate a green color. So R0, okay, 255, that's it, it's mean totally green, okay, and let's suppose again 0, okay, so I made a green color, okay, so I made a green color, and now what I am gonna to do, I am making a canvas, okay, I am making a canvas, and canvas, inside canvas, what I am doing, np dot zeros, okay, so what is zeros? So it's mean everything is filled with zeros, okay, everything with filled with 0. So what things that you want to fill with 0? So I want to fill 300 rows, 300 columns, okay, and channel, basically 3 channels are there, okay. So I have to assign the d type, okay, the data type, that is the unsigned int 8, okay, d type, that is the u int 8, okay. So I did it. So now what exactly it is, now you can check it out with the help of the zeros. I made a canvas, okay, I just imagine it, I made a canvas. What is the meaning of this one? This one is entire value is 0, the entire things are 0. And what is the size of this one? What is the size of this one? The size of this one is 300 rows, 300 columns and 3 channels. So it would be considered as a matrix, it would be considered as a 3D array, okay, the 1, 2 and 3. Here R, okay, just imagine it, for R I assign 300 rows, 300 columns. For G again I assign 300 rows, 300 columns. Again for blue 300 rows, 300 columns, okay, I define it. So every value filled with the 0. So entire thing is filled with the 0. There is no value. That's mean all represent the white. I think now picture is clear. So I made a canvas something like this. I make a triangle of 3 into 3, 300 rows and 300 columns. And after that I want to, now I took a variable, and in that variable there is a tuple, and that tuple contain the green color. Okay, that contain the green color. So let me play with it more. What exactly that I am gonna to do over here. So it's my canvas, okay. So if I show you, let me try whether it's work or not. It should work because this is the array. So canvas, okay. So now you can check. Now you can check the entire value filled with the 0, okay. The 0 mean the black, okay. I think I used for 0 for the white, sorry for that if I anywhere use 0 for the black. So keep this point into the mind, 0 for the 0 for entire 0 for blacks, okay. So now you get the clarity. If you want to entire thing with, you know, with the with some another value, then you have to change these values, okay. So there is a method, inside NumPy I want to create a matrix 300 rows, 300 columns, okay, and automatically fill with the 0, okay, automatically fill with this. Yes, there is a provision, because sometime when you perform the machine learning, you are supposed to generate a matrix who filled with automatically with 0, with no value basically that you can say. Okay, so at the runtime I have to suppose I have to suppose enter the value into that. So here the method is that method name is called 0. Okay, and 0, and after 0 that you are supposed to fill all the values. Now I think the picture is clear for this one. I made a canvas with the black. Okay, so let me play some. So there is one method. Okay, there is one method. That method is called line. Okay, that method is called line. So inside line, what I have to pass? I have to pass this canvas. Okay, I have to pass this canvas. I pass this canvas, and we know that is just a triangle of 300 into 300. And then what you have to pass? The corners line. Okay, line, and then the variable name was green, I suppose. Green. Okay, and green, let me try with, and the channels are 3. Let me try this. It's working or not? No, it's not working, sorry. So here the canvas I passed, and then I suppose I have to pass from rows and columns again for, I think, this one. Now the color is green, that we already decided over here, and the channel is 3, so it become line. Okay, so line. Okay, so I am sure, just wait for a second. I am sure cv dot cv2 dot I am sure. Here the name, the canvas, and what you are supposed to pass. cv2 dot line. If I pass this canvas, okay, canvas. So let's try this. Yes, it's work. Now you can check it out. I pass a line over here. Okay, so let me tell you what exactly we did. So just give me a second. So here the line. Okay, so I want to change this line from 150 to, okay, from 0 to, okay, diagonally the 303, and here the 303. Okay, and here from, and the second should be from up to 300, 0, and the green, and this one, the channel is 3. Okay, the array is ready, and then you are supposed to show this image now. Yes, the line is printed out. Okay, so just give me a second. Okay, give me a second, I'll explain you what exactly I did. So canvas, that I want to design a line. Okay, inside canvas, and here I'm changing some pixel value 150. Okay, and there 150. Okay, so this line is generated on this to this. No output is there. Why no output is there? This basically define the left corner, okay, and the right corner. I think you are supposed to take, let's suppose I want to design a line from the left corner. So 0 to 200, okay, and here 200 to 0. So these pixels are ready. Okay, now I think it will work fine. No, why it's not showing? I don't know why it's not showing, but basically this line is a, you know, the predefined method which is used to draw a line that we already seen. You can check it out, the values has been changed. 255, 255, the rest of the 0, you can check it out. The rest of the 0, because we decide a color that is the green. So R means 0, 255 mean, you know, the green, okay, and this one is the blue value. I decided that is 0. Okay, so let me try once more whether it's printing on that manner or not. No, I don't know why it's not showing. So let me try once more with the same standard, 0 to 300. So here again 300 to 0. Okay, so let me draw it. It's working or not. I don't know what happened to him. Earlier it's working very fine. So start a process from the starting. So
maybe picture is already open.
no, yes, that can be. Yes, that can be. Yes, you can check it out. Yes. Okay, everything is working fine. That's why I'm very surprised why it's not working. You can check it out. Okay, you can check it out. The lines are ready over. Okay, let me try for one more. Thank you. Now you are watching carefully everything. Okay, thank you. Now let me try for this one. So here I am making a line. Okay, I am making a line 200. Okay, and then it is up from 200 to, you know, the again from 200 to 0, or same change some point, note change some point, that is the 3, note 3. Just take a simple. Okay, let me try whether it's working or not. Okay, so I think, okay, so check. Okay, the array is generated, and let me show you. Yes, everything is working fine. So what I did, understand this point. So why again coming the lines? Because I am drawing n number of lines over here. So what is happening over here? I make a canvas, and with the help of this line method, okay, with the help of this line method, I draw a line. Okay, I draw the pixel from where to where that I have to go. Okay, again the first one is rows, and the second one is for columns again. Okay, left corner, this one is the left corner. Okay, the left corner of the image. This basically represent the left corner of the image. That is the 300 to 300. Okay, and the bottom right corner, and this one is the bottom right corner. Okay, so these two parameters you are supposed to pass. The first one is the line. Okay, on where you want to display this line, that is the canvas. Okay, from where to where that you want to design a line, from left, this one is the top left corner, and this one is the bottom right corner. Okay, and what color? The green color, as we already described the color, 0, 0 tuple. Basically this one is the tuple that you are supposed to pass, and this one is a channel. Okay, because this is the, I am taking it as a 3D array. Okay, so same thing, let me draw our image, whether it's work fine or not. I think it should work fine. If I pass this image, now you can check. Now I am showing cv2 dot I am show method. Okay, so here change, okay, change and IMAGE. So let me check whether, yes, you can check the line has been drawn. Okay, the line has been drawn on this image. So I think you understand this concept. What is the line? How you can generate a line? So the line has been drawn on this to this position. Okay, from this to this position, the top left corner. Okay, this one is the top left corner, and this one is the bottom left corner. Okay, so this parameter. So let me try draw a rectangle as well, because there is one more parameter that is called rectangle. So let me try for the same, and cv2 dot rectangle. Okay, rectangle, that I am gonna to draw a rectangle automatically. You don't need to do anything. Okay, on which I am taking a canvas again. Let me close it. So canvas, and this one is the size 10,10. Okay, 10,10, and again the second pixel that you are supposed to define, 60,60. Okay, 60 comma 60, just take a rough values, and then which color that you are supposed to pass, I pass a green color. Okay, so okay, so I made it and then show it. Okay, just show it. Now again go over it. Now you can check, a beautiful rectangle is drawn. Okay, the beauty, now the picture is more clearing. Now you understand it. Okay sir, what we are supposed to do, automatically you are supposed to take the help of this rectangle as well when we draw a rectangle on the face. Okay, so let me draw the same thing on image. Okay, for this point of time I am randomly generating it, but later on we will understand it how exactly the the face value that you can capture it out, because direct method is not there to capture the face. There is a Haar cascade that we will use later on. So this time I am increasing some size, 20 20 20 and here 80, the size is increasing. Okay, 20 20 and 80. Okay, so close it.
Excuse me, sir.
Anji, please.
Sir, I want to know that is it necessary to give 3 channels as a parameter?
Sir, if you are using a with the 3D images, then it is mandatory. If you are playing with 2D image, then there is no need. Okay,
Like you draw a canvas, canvas is a 2D image, so there is no need of giving parameter as 3 channels.
no, yeah, you can take, but here, yeah, you can take as a 2D image as well. Okay, you can take, but I show you with the help with the 3-1 as well, because mostly we play with the 2D 3D images. Sometimes we have to convert them into the 2D image. I will show you how you can convert into the 2D. So I think this picture is clear to everyone how you can draw a rectangle, but later on this rectangle would be over here. Okay, I'll show you how you can generate it. For today I think it is more than enough, so try for this one. Okay, tomorrow we will cover all the remaining method, and then we will capture tomorrow we will capture a face from this image and draw a rectangle over here. That's why I show you the rectangle, how you can generate the rectangle. So this one is the way to generate the rectangle on the images. Now the little picture is clear to you guys. This rectangle would be over here. Okay, this rectangle would be here. So you can draw even line, you can draw even rectangle, and there is one more function, that is the circle, if you want to generate the circle over the image. Okay, so I'm closing this session for today, and